Welcome to another edition of Flash Sale Friday. If you can see me and hear me, go ahead and let me know in the chat box below. We always got to take a minute and make sure technology is on our side tonight. Let me watch myself on here real quick for sure to make sure that I'm on as well, because I know there's always a little bit of a lag. How is everybody doing tonight?
Hey, it's Vanessa, the Crafty.
Yes, I'm on and the audio is working. Hey everybody, so many people tuning in from all around the country. I am in North Central Florida. I see we have friends joining us from Virginia, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Connecticut, California, Wisconsin, Delaware. My goodness. Hey everybody. Louisiana in the house. My husband's from Louisiana. He's from New Orleans. All right, awesome. Welcome everybody. So for tonight's Flash Sale Friday, if you are not familiar with my channel or with my work, I am known as the Crafty Gemini, and I run a popular crafting YouTube channel here called the Crafty Gemini. If you're watching me right now, you're probably on YouTube, so that's cool. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and take a second right now and give the video a thumbs up and click the little subscribe button. If you want to get individual email notifications from YouTube every time I post a new video to my YouTube channel, you gotta hit the bell icon. Otherwise, I think they send you like a weekly update, but you won't be in the know right when it happens, all right? So thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm guessing most of you that are on the chat right now watching me live came because you are subscribed to my email newsletter, which is a great way for you to stay in the know of classes, free tutorials, what's going on with me, giveaways, what I'm up to, new projects, and all that stuff. So you can always find me on my website at craftygemini.com. There's a link there for email sign up, and that is free to join my email list and the #1 way to be in the know, because I always send out updates. So we are going live now every week, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on the YouTube channel, The Crafty Gemini, and then tonight, Fridays at 7 p.m. So I know a lot of you have already been checking out the description box in the video, and some of you already know me by now, so you know to head over to my online shop before I go live so you can see what the sale is. And I see that a bunch of you have already taken advantage of the sale, so why not talk about what the sale is? We are kicking off a brand new online sewing course. We're talking about garments. So this time we're making leggings. Now the video course is super step-by-step, and it includes, right now I have 39 different video courses in the new online class. We're making the Lycra leggings, and I'm looking for my cover sheet here. And my apologies for the rainstorm. It's summer in Florida. It's raining all the time now. So we are making this Lycra leggings pattern. This is the course that I am teaching in the new class. So tonight we're launching the course at the early bird sale price. Those of you that have signed up for a ton of my paid courses in the past years know how it works. Whenever I release a brand new course, I always put it out for my #1 followers, newsletter subscribers, Facebook fans, Instagram followers. All of you, most of you that are on right now live, are here because you are on the email list or you follow me on social media. So my gift to you is I offer you the early bird sale price right off the bat. You get to save some money. So we have a link in the description box where you can go and sign up for the course. It's $65, and it includes right now 39 video lessons. I'm still editing the bonus videos. You know how I always do the classes and I walk you through on how you can make the garment, in this case leggings. Okay, we're making Lycra leggings in this video course, and I always share with you how to make it just using a sewing machine. So for this course, if you're thinking, oh, I might want to sign up for it, but I don't know if it's for me, I'm going to talk all about that tonight, share with you some tips, some tricks, what level this is geared towards and all that. But just so I know a lot of you have been following along, if you're ready to sign up for the course, the link is in the description box. We'll include the link right now in the chat for you as well. It's $65. The price is $65 for the next, I think, 6.5 days or so. So for about a week, all right? After that week, the sale price ends and the price is going up to $97, all right? And after that, it never comes back down to $65. That's what I always do. I release a class, the people that follow me get first dibs at the sale price, and it never goes that low again. So if you're kind of on the fence, today, obviously, or in the next 6 days, is the time to join so you can save yourself some money. So let's go over the pattern. So this class is $65. It has a lot of different options, okay? And I'm going to go through because I have a bunch of samples and I'm wearing a pair right now, okay, that I made. And this is actually, I made this pair in the video course as I filmed it. Now the video lessons are already ready to go, so if you sign up for the class tonight, you'll be able to start watching those videos right now. You never lose access to the video lessons, okay? We are now hosting our courses on this fancy new platform where every single video lesson is like titled. You can scroll through, pick the one you want to watch, go in order, and it's like just a super clean and great user experience. If you've already signed up, I'm going to say Carolyn, and I think, who was the second person that I saw? And I think Eunice. I think Carolyn and Eunice, y'all were number 1 and number 2 to sign up for the course. Email us at bea@craftygemini.com, and I'm going to put a little something special in the mail for y'all. Because before I had even announced it, I seen those 2 signups come in. So Carolyn Beach, I believe is your last name, and Eunice G. I think we're the first 2 that I saw come in. So you 2 ladies, go ahead and send us an email, and we'll send you something special for signing up before everybody got even a word of what is going on, okay? So let's see, I'm getting a couple of questions real quick, so I'll tag on those and make sure that I answer them as we start talking about the class and stuff, okay? Jessica says, my hair's gorgeous. Green is a good color on you. Thank you, girl. I know I did. I posted on Instagram. I washed my hair for the live tonight. It does. It looks kind of cute, but look how long it is. I cut it in March, and it was like by here. My hair grows super duper fast, but it looks good. I like the volume too. Fun. All right, so Vicky, great question. So if a person joins, they have the options for all the other classes? No. So it depends on what you're talking about. My individual garment sewing courses is just a one-off class. So this leggings course, you pay $65, you sign up for just this course on leggings, okay? I do have some bundled courses for organizers, handbags, wallets, and those were sold as a bundle together. But you don't mix and match the different ones. Everyone is kind of like their own standalone project, if that makes sense. All right. Okay. Hey, Amy. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so let's talk about the leggings. So when we think leggings, we just think leggings, okay? But now let me break it down for you to know, so that you know exactly what is covered in the course and what type of leggings you can make with the video lessons as I walk you through them. The pattern includes 27 different sizes. So you can make it from, and that's in the big sheet. I'll open it for you so you all know exactly what's going on here. And maybe I should mention the level first, because I know some people are like, oh, that looks great, but I don't know if I have the skills for that. So what I like to say is, if you are a confident beginner, you can tackle this. If you watch my videos and you actually pay attention, okay? Because I walk through every single step. But when I say confident beginner, I mean, you know your way around a sewing machine. So for example, you can thread your machine, if you can wind a bobbin, and if you can sew straight. And then I would say, because this pattern features straight stitches and zigzag stitches, you got to make sure that you have a sewing machine that's in good working condition that does both of those. You need straight stitch and zigzag for this project. In some of the other courses that I've taught, you know that we could work with the knits using just straight stitch. This one, not so much. And the reason for that is because we have elastic installed in the waistbands, and we'll get into that because there's 2 different types of waistband techniques that I teach you in the course. And then they're leggings, right? So they're like, the seams are being stretched on your body as you're wearing it. So you're putting a lot of wear and tear. It's not like a cardigan or a little sweater that you throw over that's kind of loose in some areas. So make sure you have a sewing machine where it can do straight stitches and zigzag stitches. And it doesn't have to be fancy zigzag stitches. If you have a basic zigzag that you can work with, and you have, you know, the settings for stitch length and stitch width, you can tackle this project and get some great results. And I'm going to show you, I show you in the video course, but I'll show you the finished sample so you can see. Now, you all know I have a ton of machines. You can see machines behind me. I have sergers. I have cover stitch machines. You do not have to have those specialty machines to make these leggings in my course. Even though I have those machines, I go ahead and teach you the course how to make them, like I said earlier, just using straight stitch and zigzag. Now, for those of you that do have sergers and cover stitch machines, I also include bonus video lessons. They're not posted right now. There's just like a placeholder for them because I still have to edit them. So those bonus videos will be posted by Monday for you. But the other 37 video lessons of step-by-step how to make it on a machine are already in the course for you. So I am working on those bonus videos where I share with you, hey, if you have a serger, this is where you would serge. This is how you would serge. Am I doing a 3-thread or a 4-thread serger stitch? All that stuff, I go over it in those bonus videos. So those are like add-on freebies that I include because I know some people have a serger in a box in a closet and they don't know how to use it. So this would be a good project to take it out and play with. And if that's you, go ahead and leave me a comment right now and let me know, yep, I have a serger in a box that I don't use. Because I know, I mean, you're not the only one. There are tons of people like that. Same thing for the cover stitch. People buy it. They're like, I know I will need it, but I don't know when and I don't know how. So I share with you those bonus tips. Okay, so here is one of the leggings. And this one I did black thread on it because as I teach in the video lessons, I want you to see exactly what I'm doing. Where am I holding the fabric? What am I doing to it? Am I manipulating it? How am I measuring my seam guide? Where do I want you to make sure that the needle is landing? All that. And so, of course, it's more helpful for you to see black on a lighter fabric. And so my daughter doesn't care. She's still going to wear them, even though it's like super bold stitching on it. But that's fine. So this is one of the leggings, okay? I talk about directional prints, like a stripe. We talk about what fabrics work, what fabrics don't. I go over 4 or 5 different types of fabrics. Cotton spandex, nylon spandex, double brush polyester spandex, rayon spandex. I teach you how to measure the amount of stretch, compare it to what the pattern calls for. What is the minimum amount of stretch you need? Grain lines. I mean, I cover everything. When I tell you, I filmed over 200 video clips that I edited together to make those 39 different video lessons. There's a lot of details, y'all. And I like doing paid courses because I don't have to be limited by a YouTube video, you know, keep it under this amount of time. I just make another video lesson. It's like, oh, I have to mention this too because this is super important. Make another video lesson. And that's why this course is so big, so long. I break down everything. And for 65 bucks, a steal. I will say I teach leggings in person. I used to before COVID. When I teach this leggings course, we're only able to make one, okay? In the class, it's an all-day course, you make one. You can't try both waistband options, okay? One of the waistband options, this is view B, is just a turned under simple elastic waistband. If you're a beginner and you sign up for the course, start off with view B. And I tell you that in a bunch of the lessons. Start off with view B, less steps, 2 pattern pieces, okay? Raise your hand out there and leave me a comment if you have ever started working on a sewing pattern that had more than 10 pieces. Chances are, if you're a beginner, you probably did not finish it. I always tell my students, the fewer number of pattern pieces that you need to cut out, the easier it will be for you to tackle that project. So when I tell you these bomb leggings that fit super, super well, okay? 2 pieces for view B and 3 pieces for view A. Hello, no brainer. Now, view A, I said 3 pieces, and that is because it features a different waistband. Instead of just the simple turned under elastic, we have a contoured waistband, okay? Better fitting, a lot of, what would we call this, like compression, I would say, in this belly area. So if you're like me and you like this high-waisted leggings, like they're just more comfortable for us to wear at our natural waist, we have 2 layers of fabric, okay? This part of the waistband, and then the inside facing. So we have 2 layers of that nice stretchy fabric that really like holds in the belly part. I love that. And then the elastic on this view A waistband is installed at the top. It's not encased. It's not like a, you know, like a basic casing. Like when I make like a little girl's stretch waistband skirt, you just make a casing and then you just like take a safety pin and push the elastic through so the elastic is floating inside the tunnel there, like the casing part. No, this is not that. This is a very slick and chic professional technique of installing elastic at the top of that waistband. So if you've ever had leggings where you're like hiking them up and they just keep rolling down on you, this solves that problem, right? Because we have now a thinner elastic that sits right at my waist. I have this wider waistband section here and it fits so comfortably. Super, super comfy. Super, super comfy. Look how wide this waistband is. Right in this area here, I love it. Love it. Y'all are going to love these too, okay? Another thing, let's talk a little bit about the style or the construction of the leggings. And I'm going to pop in real quick here to the chat because I did see a bunch of you say, yep, I have a serger on a shelf. I inherited a serger I don't use. I have a serger in a box in my closet. I see you, Patty. Margie says, I promise to take mine out and try it. Awesome. I love it. I see a couple questions coming in. Is the pattern a separate purchase from the course? It is. This is not my pattern. I work with my friends at Jali. This is a French-Canadian company that designs amazing patterns. I carry dozens of their patterns in my online shop. And so like every couple of months or so, I pick another one of their patterns. I film a video course around it, and then I teach that one. So we've done, I don't know, 5, 6 maybe. We've done the Michelle, the Charlie. I did a freak sew along for the Nico. We did the Michelle tank top and dress. We did the Helene cardigan, and now we're on to the Clara legging. So I've taught a bunch of their classes. This is the pattern sheet that you get. One sheet, okay? Believe it or not, in this one sheet, you have 27 different sizes. So the 2 pattern pieces I said for view B, 3 pattern pieces for view A, they're all included in here, 27 sizes. And I don't know if I mentioned that the 27 sizes go from little girl toddler size 2 to a US woman size 22. Okay, and I cut out, these ones are the size CC, so they end up being like a woman's size 16. They fit me a little bit loose. They're not like my workout leggings where I want like everything really held in, like really nice and tight around the thighs, but they fit me super comfortably and they're more like loungewear to me. So, and I talk about that in the videos about what size to pick. I teach you how to choose your size. It's stretch fabric. We have elastic. There's a lot of wiggle room. Don't feel like you need to be an expert or you know, if you don't pick the exact perfect size, it's not going to fit. There's a lot of wiggle room for you to just jump in, make your first pair. We all know our first pair is not going to be perfect, but it's still going to be wearable. You know why? Because in this project, the trickiest area is probably the gusset. And the gusset is all up in the crotch area. So even if you mess it up, nobody's going to see it. Okay, so they're still going to be wearable, if for nothing else, to be pajama pants. Now, let's talk about that. These leggings, and can we put up the picture there of my daughter wearing these leggings? We're going to show you exactly how they look on the body, because I know it's a little bit tricky to see here. Look how cute, okay? She's 8, but she's super long. So these are a size 11, and I made these in the video course, so I walk you through step by step. We talk about stripes. Notice the front area there by the belly, okay? If I step over this side, yep. There is no center front seam. So if you're working with a stripe, there is no stripe to match across a center crotch seam. If you're making it out of a fabric that has cute kitties on it or a galaxy print, you're not going to cut that print right down the middle and have it look off. So you can have whatever the design is going straight across the front. We have no center front seam because of the construction techniques. The leggings call for the crotch gusset to be inserted in between the legs. On top of not having a center front seam, all right, let's go back to here. The side of the legs have no side seams. Again, so the stripes look great. Okay? So, front, no sides. So, I should say no front seam, center seam, no side seams. The seam is in the back. Okay? And that's how we're able to make these leggings out of just 2 pieces. So, view B, which I say is the simpler one. So, if you're kind of a confident beginner, and like I said, you know your way around a sewing machine, you can sew straight, you know how to choose a zigzag stitch, you probably want to start off with this one. The piece, you cut it out of one piece. The legs all completely, one piece. And then you have the little gusset piece that we insert here, okay? 2 pieces. You can do this, y'all, okay? Let me know if you are excited about making some leggings. So we talked about view A being 3 pieces. So the same thing, the legs is all 1 piece. The gusset is 2. And then the wider waistband here, which is amazing for us who like to have a little more coverage in this area, the 3rd piece. This is nylon spandex. That's cotton spandex that I showed striped. You can make it out of cotton spandex. This is the one with the higher waistband out of just a plain cotton spandex. This is going to be your most affordable route. Now, we do have some kits in stock. They're going to fly. They were already flying because I saw a bunch of you snatching them up before I even started going live tonight. The cotton spandex in a solid color is going to be more affordable than, say, a print or a fancy fabric with a design. Obviously, those are always going to be more expensive to get your hands on. We will restock kits as is needed or as we can. Everything is a little bit delayed right now because of the time. So, you know, we tried to order way ahead. So we've cut out enough for these kits, and we have almost 100 kits. So let me go over what the kits include for those of you that are signing up. So we did mention the pattern is separate from the course because it's not mine, it's Jali's. So I buy the patterns from Jali and I resell them here because we can sell the hard copies from our shop, and that way you don't have to wait for shipping from Canada. But the hard copy pattern is separate, and then of course your supplies is going to be separate. If you already sew clothes, you probably already have what you need in terms of notions. If you don't, however, and maybe your shops are still closed or you're not yet shopping in person, let me tell you what comes in the kit because you might want to snag one if you can. You're going to get a 2-yard cut of whatever fabric you choose. This is the same fabric I'm wearing here. Woo! I love it. Super cute. I've seen already some of you started snatching up these kits. So we have, I don't know, I had like 10 or 11 different types of fabrics available for the kits, okay? This is a nylon spandex. This is like your high quality activewear, expensive workout gear fabric, okay? Like this stuff, super slick, color fast, machine washable, dryable, bright, vibrant colors, amazing stuff. So you're gonna get 2 yard cuts. You might be wondering, how many leggings can I make with the 2 yards? Well, the legging pattern includes 3 different lengths, all right? So let's recap a little bit. I mentioned we're tackling 27 different sizes. You can make leggings from a little girl size 2 to a woman's size US 22. We talked about 2 different waist options, waist finishing options, right? An elastic turned under waistband like this. And then we talked about the one that I'm wearing here, the View A with the wider contoured kind of yoga waistband. Sometimes you'll hear it called. So 2 different waistbands, and then we have 3 different lengths. So you can make them mid-thigh shorts. How cute are these? Little kitty fabric. Mid-thigh length shorts. Okay, then we have capri length, which is a little longer. And I live in Florida. I rarely ever make my leggings full length. These are capris for me too. So these are capris for my daughter. And then these are capris too. And then you have the full length. This one I think is the only one. Yeah, this is capri also. And these are full length leggings. Okay, so you can do shorts, capri, or full length. So obviously the longer the legging size or length that you choose to make, and the larger the size, the more fabric you're gonna need. So at the largest size of the US women's 22, in the full length legging, the pattern still only calls for 1 yard and 3/4. And every kit comes with 2 yards. So you'll have plenty there. I can make my daughter a size 11 shorts with less than half a yard of fabric. Less than half a yard. Save all your scraps, y'all, because you're gonna be making pajama pants with whatever you have left over, okay? So again, the kits, they come with a 2 yard cut of whichever fabric you choose from the drop-down box, and you can find the kits in our online shop, craftygemini.com/shop. We've included the link for you in the chat. All of that stuff is there. Okay, you get the 2 yard cut. I'm putting in a pack of 5 needles. It's a 5-pack of my favorite Schmetz size 80-12 universal ballpoint jersey needles. This is what I recommend you use when you're making these type of stretch knit garments, okay? So a 5-pack in here, you'll have plenty to make a ton of leggings and t-shirts and whatever else you wanna do once you get your skills and techniques up and you feel like you're more confident tackling these stretchy fabric projects. Then you're gonna get a spool of high quality Gutermann thread. This is my favorite, 100% polyester thread. That's a really high quality, not linty at all, super strong. This is what I use for all my garment sewing projects, from jeans to bathing suits. This is it. So you're gonna get a spool of this in a color that matches or is a neutral to whatever fabric you chose. So you have plenty, okay? It's a big spool, and I'm trying to see how much comes on here. 1,093 yards, okay? So 1,000 meters on here. And then you get elastic. I don't know which view of the leggings you wanna make, but my course includes videos on both View A and View B, right? So because I don't know what you wanna make, I was like, I'm just gonna put 2 yards of each of the different sized elastics that you need. The regular turned under waist uses 1 inch wide elastic, so you get 2 yards of that in the kit. And then the View A with the contoured waistband, remember I said the waistband was up at the top? This is 3/8 inch wide elastic, so you get 2 yards of that. So the thread, the fabric, the needles, and the elastic that you need to make any of the sizes at any of the lengths, okay, in the course, and you'll still have leftover. So that is what you're getting in the kit if you snag one now. I don't know that there's any left, but I'm sure they're going fast because I've seen people, like I said earlier, before I went live, some of you were already making the purchase, okay? So let me recap. Let me jump into the chat real quick. Let's see. All right, yeah, so some of you have already purchased the pattern because I said it. Whenever we launch these courses, the patterns sell out super quick. So those of you that have already been buying it, and maybe a lot of you, I think, have already received them, we have more patterns on the way. If we sell out, we'll have them in soon and keep selling them. But the pattern is separate and the supplies is separate. Now, I go over all the supplies in the course. So if you want to source your own stuff, feel free to do so. I just do this kind of like as a courtesy because I know some people are like us. We live 45 minutes even from a Joann's. You know, I can't go anywhere, but I own a shop, so that's different. I have all the supplies I need, but I also do the legwork because I know what you need. I've made tons of these leggings. I know what's gonna set you up for the best and most successful results. So if you want a kit, we have those kits. The pattern is separate. We do have the pattern. And then the online course, like I said, is 65 bucks. I was saying earlier that when I teach this class in person, I can only teach one view. Okay, so they choose a length and they choose a waistband. That's all they can do is just one. 5 kits is left? Okay, so the kits are flying, y'all. If you want a kit and you're signing up for this class, definitely head on over to craftygemini.com/shop, pick from the drop down, and you can grab a kit from there. Once we sell out, don't worry, I will have more fabric on order so that I can keep restocking those. So I appreciate your patience with that because it's hard to just stay up on everything. We sell out really, really quickly, and we definitely appreciate it. But we're kind of low on the team right now, you know, because of the times that we're still in, so we kind of have to offset who's working when, okay? Wendy's asking, where do we buy just the pattern? Right there in the online shop. Just go to craftygemini.com/shop. In the kit page, you can drop it down, and instead of selecting a kit, you can just select the hard copy pattern. I put it in that same drop box. Or on the main shop page, there's a separate product listing just for the pattern. So either way you go, it's right there on that craftygemini.com/shop page. Okay? Kimberly's saying, I don't see the class on the site. Okay, so let me touch on this because some people might be new and maybe missed out on the last course. We have been transitioning all our paid courses and clubs to a new platform that is like a super slick and cute and an amazing user experience. So if you signed up for my Helene cardigan class, was it last month or the month before? You already know what it's like. We got nothing but positive feedback. It's a lot prettier to look at, to navigate through the lessons. And so this new leggings course is on the new platform already. If you're wanting to find it on your own, it's not going to be on the main Crafty Gemini site. Just go to courses.craftygemini.com. courses.craftygemini.com. And there you'll see whatever courses we have currently there. As we transition all the content and all the videos for every class I've taught, I mean, I have over 60 classes and clubs, wallets, bags, and all the stuff. Once we get them all over there, they'll all be live on that page. And if you've paid for them on the regular site, we are moving all of you over manually, which is taking us months. But once we get everybody transitioned over, you'll still have access to the same classes that you've paid for before. Nothing has changed. You're just going to be in a prettier space for you to log in and access your courses. Now, if you already own courses of mine on the main Crafty Gemini page, when you click the link here to sign up for the leggings course, you'll need to create a new account because it is on a new platform. You can use your same email and the same password that you use on my site. You just have to create a new account. Okay, so we had a couple people kind of get confused by that last time. Just know you have to create a new account. Maureen says she loves our kits. Thank you, Maureen. Della's asking, how do I order the class? So can we go ahead and let's put the link again for the course in the chat box. It's 65 bucks right now until next Friday or whatever. 6 days, 20 hours, 30 minutes, and 6, 5, 4, 3 seconds left for that price to expire. And when it does, it's going up to $97, which is still a steal because when I teach this class, I charge $125 for one view. And if you make it in class, that's great. But if you don't go home and make another one, 3 months down the line, you're not going to remember anything that I taught you in class. Whereas with the online videos, just log in and you can watch them, replay them, pause. You can watch these videos whenever you want, for however long you want. You always have access to it. And I think we have a lot of customers that can vouch for that. People that have signed up for classes with us 5, 6 years ago, and they still are watching those video courses and they revisit them even today, okay? So all that is there. Margie says the new platform is amazing. I agree. Thank you, Margie. Christina says it's a really nice site. I look forward to the other courses being on there. Girl, so do we. We are moving everybody over. We've already imported all the videos, and so we just have to double check, make sure, you know, that we're not missing a clip here or there, and then get everybody moved over so that they have access to their account, you know, the courses and the clubs that you all have signed up for in past years. All right, Poetic Beauty 7 says, my serger is still in the closet as well, LOL. I know it. I said it. You guys are not the only one. There's plenty of y'all out there. All right, let's see. Dondra's asking, what fabrics work best for this project? Cotton spandex, nylon spandex, and what is the difference? Okay, so we go into depth in this in the video course because even if you're not buying a kit from me, I want you to get fabric that will work. And this is what I find is oftentimes a mistake. You buy a sewing pattern, you look on the back, it tells you stretchy fabric, you pick out a stretchy fabric, you make it, it's an epic fail. So you start to think that it is you. I see this all the time. I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for over a decade, specifically sewing and quilting, and I get it all the time. It's not you. It's just that there is like a gap, I feel like, in the education between sewing patterns to actually making it at home. There's not someone there to help you that knows, that has years of experience telling you like, I mean, I can look at a fabric and be like, that's not gonna work, like flat out. And so as you create more projects, you'll start to gain that knowledge too. So what I do in the videos is that I try to give you as much info as I can so you can start to see it, right? So when we put together these kits, I have picked the fabric. The fabric that is in the kits works for this project, right? But there are so many different types of stretch fabrics. And I always like to say, I used to teach a lecture where I would have these 2 big baggies of just random scraps of stretch knits. And it's a lecture that I would do on learning about stretch knit fabrics. And I would whoop out and say, okay, we have 6 rayon spandex blends here. And they're the exact same content breakdown, 95% rayon, 5% spandex. And I would lay out these scrap pieces and you would touch them and every single one was absolutely different. Just because the name or the textile blend of content is the same means nothing. You have to feel that fabric or know it already. Say you've purchased it before from a manufacturer and you know how it acts, right? Otherwise, it's not necessarily going to work. So in the video lessons, like I said, I go through cotton spandex, nylon spandex, rayon spandex, double brush polyester spandex. There's spandex in all of this because we're making leggings, y'all. It has to stretch. So cotton spandex typically is 95 or 96% cotton and either 4 or 5% spandex. That spandex for leggings, you need to have something that has spandex in it. We need the fabric to bounce back into shape. If you have a fabric that stretches, but it just says 100% cotton and it's like an interlock, you're not gonna want it for leggings because once you put it on, even if the elastic stays up, when you walk and your knees like bend the fabric there, you're gonna have like these 2 bubbled out things at the knee because you stretched it, right? But there was no spandex for it to bounce back into shape. So have you ever had that, like a shirt or pants where like you walk a lot and then the knees, like when you stand straight, you see like the little bubble of your knees? That's kind of what happens. So we want spandex in it so that it has that stretch return. I call it the bounce back, right? When I tug on it, when I let it go, I want it to go back to its original shape. Very important. That's also part of the problem where people are like, the pants are loosening up on me, they're like falling off me because it's stretched out, but it doesn't have that spandex to make it bounce back in, okay? Nylon spandex, this stuff I don't even pre-wash it. It doesn't shrink. The stuff that has natural content in it, like natural fiber, like a cotton, always pre-shrink it. And we talk about that, of course, in the video course. I pre-wash this. I show you how I press it, why it's important. Most of the times it will shrink in the length. So say you're using a cotton spandex and you're making a full length pair of leggings all the way to your ankles. And you're like, I'm in a hurry. I'm not going to pre-wash them. They'll fit. Yeah, they'll fit all right. They'll fit fine probably around here, but they might be looking like capris, okay, depending on the quality of the fabric. Now, my kids and I one time went to the store and we purchased some cotton, not cotton spandex, it was like a cotton interlock. It was still a stretch knit, but all cotton. I bought a yard of each. We're going to make them pajama pants. Yeah, they ended up being like knee-length pajama pants for them because the fabric shrunk 6 inches in the length after it was pre-washed, okay? So you can run into some serious issues and be very disappointed with some fancy fabric that you get that's like cotton or has another type of natural fiber in it. Always pre-wash those. The nylon stuff, this is like dance wear, active wear, swimwear stuff, you know. It's like slick, it's shiny, it's virtually unbreakable, right? Like nothing's gonna happen to this. You could wash it, you could dry it. The colors are not gonna run, all that stuff, okay? All right. Let's see. Maureen's asking, will the shop be on the new site also just the courses? Just the courses. So that new platform is not an e-commerce site, so the shop will still stay on our website. That's the only thing that's kind of like, because anything that you purchase that's a physical product needs to be purchased on craftygemini.com/shop. The courses will be on courses.craftygemini.com. But I think it's totally worth that slight inconvenience because the platform is like amazing for me and for you. For me to load the videos, I can go right by my outline. Now, some of you may not know this, but I film, produce, and edit all my own videos. So the good part about that for you is because I'm also the teacher of the lessons, I'm teaching it, producing it, filming it, and editing it exactly how I want to teach it to you. So you'll notice that when you go through and watch the video lessons, everything is exactly in order. Now with this pattern, because we have two views, remember we talked about two different waistlines, or two different waist finishes, I should say, turned under elastic and the wider contoured waistband. Woo, almost slapped myself in the face with the leggings. Because there's two different things, the rest of the construction of the leggings is identical, whether it's view A or view B. So I show you that, okay? And then we go into separately how to prep and everything for the waistband on view A, how to finish it with view B, and then there's two separate videos on how to hem each one. And the reason I have two separate videos on how to hem them, remember, we're still just doing this on a regular sewing machine. All you need is a sewing machine that can do straight stitch or zigzag. You don't need a serger. You do not need a cover stitch. If you have one, fine. I have bonus videos that are going to be uploaded on Monday to the course sharing tips for those two specialty machines, but you do not. This was done on a regular domestic sewing machine. The ones I'm wearing here were done on a sewing machine. I filmed these in the video course as I made them using just straight stitch and zigzag. All of these were done like that, okay? So again, beginner sewing level, confident beginner sewing level, I would say. If you can thread your machine, wind a bobbin, select straight or zigzag stitch, and if you can sew straight, you can tackle the class. Because the trickiest area I mentioned early on the chat is the gusset area, okay? The smaller the size, the trickier it's going to be if that's the first time that you're inserting a gusset in between the legs right here, okay? But it's such a small piece that if you just take a deep breath, use a couple of pins, and follow exactly what I show you in the video lessons, you'll be fine. And like I said earlier, even if you make a mistake, it's in the crotch. Nobody can see it. Don't worry. Wear them, pajamas, whatever. Every additional pair that you make is going to be better. Allison's asking a great question. Is spandex the same as Lycra? So spandex is the generic name. Lycra is the trademark name of the same type of fiber. And then overseas, I think outside of the US, they sometimes call it elastane. So if you see elastane, Lycra, or spandex, that's what you want in there when I talk about that stretch return and the bounce back. Either one of those, that's what you want a blend of in there, okay? All right, Caroline says, I loved using the new platform for the Helene course. Very easy to use, and I jumped back to a previous lesson. Awesome, glad to hear it. All right. Okay. Let's see. Benjamin says, wow, I still remember the simple how-to videos. Now it's a full video production. Hey, you know, you got to elevate. We got to get better. I got to get better equipment. We got to get better lighting. I got to get a better house. We moved up, you know. All right. Okay, awesome. I see. Good. Gloria, congrats. She says, I ordered the course and the kit. She's already ordered the pattern. Okay, so the course, again, let's go over it briefly. $65, you get 39 video lessons right now. There's probably going to be like 40 or 41 once I'm done with the bonus videos that go up on Monday. All the other lessons on how to construct any length, any view, and I walk you through everything. Let's talk about that because I haven't mentioned it yet. I show you how to read everything that's on the pattern, how to understand the size chart, understanding the fabric requirements. And when you click the link to go sign up for the course, just scroll. Every single title for every video lesson, all 39 of them, are listed there for you. So even before you log in or you pay for it or whatever, you can see every single title of every video of what you're going to get. It's a lot. A lot. I filmed every one of those clips. I spoke in every one of those clips, and I edited every one of them. So trust me, all the details are there, okay? So we talk about that. I show you how to trace the pattern. We talk about tracing paper options, some really affordable ways that you can just, you know, use translucent type of paper to trace the pattern pieces out. I show you exactly how to transfer the notches, the fold lines, the grain lines. We talk about stretch on all these fabrics. I mean, every single thing that you would need to know to feel a little bit of confidence. If you're not feeling confident at all tackling this project, it's there. Everything you need. So, like I say, if you are a confident beginner and you know your way around your sewing machine, threading, winding a bobbin, sewing straight, and sewing a zigzag and straight stitch, you can totally make these leggings with us, okay? All right, and I actually have another pair here that's cut out. So let me show you. These are for me. How cute is this fabric? I snatched one of the kits, y'all. I had to keep it for me, but I had some of these kits left. This is the white, blue, and hot pink fabric. Look how cool. So this is how it's cut out. This is what I tell you when I say there's only 2 pattern pieces. This one has 3 because I'm making another one of the high-waisted ones with this. This is not one leg. This is half of the leg. So that's how we end up with no side seam. It goes like that. The one curve that you have is the butt curve. The front, there is no center front seam. And it looks, that crotch rise looks so short, but don't worry, it's because we have a whole waistband going to get added to it. How awesome is this going to be? Here's another way. When I said get your kits and you're getting 2 yards in the kit if you buy it, it's going to be my weight. Oh, I love the pops of that hot pink. This is a nylon spandex. Okay, so those of you that purchased this kit, you got lucky because it's super cute. There's one less here because I needed it for me. I love these leggings. They're super comfortable. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So that's the front. There's no center front seam, and it's all cut out of one piece. Now, the cool thing about making view A with the separate waistband, the contoured waistband, aside from all the amazing fit pros that we get from making it, is that the waistband is separate. So if you have scraps and maybe you want to make a view A for a smaller size or a kid, you can make view A with that high waist, but also make it in shorts. And if you don't have quite that much fabric, just cut out the waistband out of a different fabric. You can make them color blocked. How cool would that be? You know, so if you made them in shorts, you wouldn't need but half a yard, 2/3 of a yard, even for a grown-up size, you know? So there's a lot of different ways that you can work with the fabrics that you have, save your scraps. And you can crank these out even in the little kids. These are the type of shorts that I like to make for my daughter, like to wear under dresses or skirts or whatever, for super active kids, gymnastics. I mean, so cute. And remember, we said the pattern includes 27 sizes. So you can make the leggings with everything I teach you in the video course from a little girl size 2 to a US woman size 22. So a lot of room there to make it the next year when the kid gets older, make it the next year. We've been making these since my daughter was like 6 and she's going to be 9 next month. Love them. I even teach classes where I have kids make these on their own. Like they make their own in their size. So trust me, if an 8-year-old kid can do it with my guidance, so can you. Okay? All right. Claudia says she ordered that kit. Ooh, girl, you're going to like it. It's going to look super, super cute on you. Kathy's asking, will there be more kits? Yes, we will be restocking. We always try to restock stuff, of course, when it sells out that quick, you know, but the shipping and stuff from manufacturers and from our distributors is just a little bit slow, so just be patient with us. If you are signed up for the course, though, if you get in now and the kits are all sold out or whatever, we send out emails just to the students so that you all get first dibs on the restocked kits. Okay, so as soon as we get them, and we've done that, I think 3 or 4 or 5 times now with the Helene cardigan. Every time we restocked it, we'll send it out to students. Hey, we have more kits in stock. So if you haven't gotten one yet, you know, or you're still missing out, you can grab one. Patricia says that fabric already sold out. I know, it's so cute. I got to see if I can get my hands on more. It's gorgeous. All right, Donna says, I can't wait to make these. Make sure that you post pictures. You can post them on my Facebook page under Crafty Gemini. You can tag me. I'm at Crafty Gemini on Instagram. On YouTube, you can't post to me, but my Facebook and my Instagram, if you post to your account or tag me or whatever, I would love to see your leggings. I feel like we're about to be like this huge army of just legging wearers all of fall. This is about to be like the new uniform, y'all. Super duper comfy. Okay, love it. Let's see. Ooh, somebody says they love my hair. Thank you. Letitia's asking, I just logged on. Will there be pockets in the leggings? I love them with pockets. So this pattern, when I teach the Jali patterns, I teach them just straight from the pattern because I like to go over all the instructions, everything as it comes, especially for kind of like that beginner level, just to start off. Sometimes people sign up for my courses and it's like their first introduction to a multi-sized sewing pattern. So I don't like to like go off and start doing a bunch of hacks. But there are some other Jali patterns that I also have that I'm looking at to potentially teach in future courses that do have pockets. Adding pockets, they have one called the Cora. It's a different pattern, and I've made them for myself. They have one of those back pockets here for you to put. They're like running shorts. They have a bunch of more pieces than just these couple ones, but it has like a little pocket on the back here that you can slip your cell phone in. It was a whole lot of sewing for a little pair of shorts, I'm gonna tell you. So it's like a little bit more advanced for people who have a little bit more patience. I'm very much like, boom, I need a quickie pair. Like I can make these in less than 20 minutes. I'm not saying you're gonna make them in less than 20 minutes on your first try, but once you make 2 or 3 of them, you're gonna be cranking them out. Because if you take a side one night and just cut out a bunch for you, for a grandkid, for a niece, whatever, and then one day you sit down and sew, once you get that gusset down and you pick the waistband that you want to use, Assembly line style, y'all. You know I love that. Super quick and easy projects and quick and easy gifts. Who doesn't love a good pair of leggings? I'm just one of those. I know some people don't like stuff to be all tight to them. I squat. I got a garden. I got to squat down and milk cows. I love me some leggings. So you know I love, love, love this pattern. All right. Let's see. Yep, Janice says, I like the idea of a separate colored waistband. It's a great way to use up scraps. Another thing that you could do, right? Anytime that there's a separate piece, you could introduce a new fabric. The gusset is a separate piece. I don't know that you want to introduce a new fabric in the gusset, but if you're making like pajama shorts for a kid or something, use up your scraps. You can insert a different colored gusset, you know, who cares? So that's another cool way. Lenice is asking, how much is the kit? So remember, the course is $65. You get access to all my video courses, never expire. That's the early bird sale price. So after next week, I think you have 6 days. I can see it from here. 6 days, 20 hours, 12 minutes, and 35 seconds left. When that timer runs out on the sign-up page, and we've included the link here in the chat for you again, go to courses.craftygemini.com and you'll see it. The Clara Leggings course is it. When that timer runs out, the price goes up to $97, and it's not coming back down to $65 ever. It's how I do all my classes. That hasn't changed yet. The kits and the pattern are separate. So we sell the Jolie patterns for $12 US, which is discounted because they usually sell for 13 or 14 bucks. So we sell them for $12 for the pattern, and then the kits, it depends on the fabric that you're getting. So I mentioned earlier that a solid colored cotton spandex is going to be your most affordable bet. So if you're still kind of like dabbling with stretchy fabrics and you're not feeling too confident, but maybe you want to take the class and try out some shorts, you know, whatever, cotton spandex in a solid color is going to be the way to go. So those kits I believe are 33 bucks, and that includes the 2 yards of fabric, 4 yards of elastic, 2 1-inch wide, 2 3/8-inch wide, a pack of needles, a spool of thread. So everything you need to tackle that. And then the $12 for the pattern, obviously. Okay, so cotton spandex in a solid color is going to be the most affordable route to go. Make sure that you watch the video lessons on understanding stretch percentages and watch there's like 5 videos just on that in the course. We talk about how to measure stretch and what does it mean, what the pattern tells us that you need, and what does that mean when it tells us a minimum of 60% stretch. What does that mean? So I teach you all about that, and then how to measure the percentage stretch. If you have stretch fabrics in your stash that you bought one day thinking, oh, I'm going to make myself a little t-shirt dress, because we've all done that, and then never made it. Pull that fabric out if it stretches, watch the video lesson on determining stretch percentage, and measure it exactly how I show you and see. Maybe that fabric has enough stretch and it stretches in both grain line, like in both directions, enough for you to make these leggings. That's how you start learning about these things, is like touching it, trying the fabric on a project, and then saying like, it kind of worked okay on the leggings, but it probably was a little bit too lightweight, would have been better for a shirt, right? Like all that kind of background knowledge almost, that like when I say things, people are like, how did you know that? I'm like, I've made 1,000 of them. That's how, you know, like it's just like, it's like knowledge that you build up over time and experience. The more you tackle these projects and try new things, step out of your comfort zone, the better you will get at determining whether or not this fabric works for this application or that one, okay? And that's what I try to arm my students with, at least when I teach. All right. Let's see. Wendy's asking, will we need a walking foot? Excellent question. That is going to depend on whether or not your sewing machine don't like to sew through knits without a walking foot. I use Juki's. My Juki sewing machines don't care if I'm using a walking foot or not. They don't care if I'm stitching through a double knit ponte or a lightweight double brush poly spandex. It don't care. It does not discriminate. It sews through anything. However, I have had machines in the past that I had to install the walking foot on them in order to get it to feed straight and to keep it from, like, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say it eats the fabric. So it's like you take those first couple stitches at the beginning of the seam and the needle goes down and you take stitches and you're thinking, okay, surely the feed dogs are going to kick in and pull my fabric forward, and it never happens. It's just like pluck, 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 and it keeps stitching in the same spot, and then you get a wad of fabric pushed down into the bobbin area. Yeah. If that happens to you, put on a walking foot, 1, and 2, lengthen your stitch. Whatever stitch you're using, lengthen it. When you lengthen your stitch, whether it's for bulky layers of fabric because it doesn't want to feed through, or if you're working with a lightweight stretch knit, lengthen it. That's going to allow the machine to pull more fabric through the feed dogs and allow it to like have more of a chance to take the next stitch, not in the exact same spot. So hopefully that makes sense. But I talk a little bit about that in the course too, telling you, and I go through every time I take a stitch on the leggings in the video course, I go over what my stitch length is and what my stitch width is, whether I'm doing a straight stitch or a zigzag. So I recap everything. So as you're watching the lessons and you see, okay, I'm gonna make view B, write down the notes and take the notes down and say, okay, when she sewed the waistband, she had her zigzag set to whatever, 3 millimeters wide and 2.8 millimeters in length. Whatever it is, I tell you every single time so that you know how to change your settings so that you can have better results that look like mine. Okay, so hopefully that helps too. I always try to share all my little tips and tricks in the courses as I go. Nancy says, is the cotton spandex a 4-way stretch or a 2-way stretch? So it is a 4-way stretch. And for those that don't know what that means, it basically means that the fabric stretches, and I guess some people would call this a 2-way stretch too. 2-way meaning crosswise and lengthwise. So in both directions, crosswise, which is perpendicular to the selvage, and lengthwise, which is parallel to the selvage, it has to stretch. And we go over that when we talk about like fabric requirements and what you need to make this. You cannot just jump into this class and think, I have stretchy fabric, I'll make leggings. You have to make sure that it meets the minimum stretch requirements that the pattern was designed to fit to. And so that's what I teach you and I walk you through. Let's measure the stretch in the fabric and make sure. So for example, the pattern here tells us that to make the Clara leggings and make good ones that fit, you need at least a 60% stretch in both directions, crosswise and lengthwise. So if you have a fabric that has 60% stretch in the crosswise and 10% stretch in the lengthwise, you're gonna have some problems. It's not gonna fit. And so we talk about that in the class. So if you have a fabric that's like close but not quite, or you have a fabric that stretches twice as much, like 120% stretch, I tell you how to accommodate for that to still be able to use that fabric to make your leggings. So this is not like what I would call plug and play. This is not like stretchy fabric, leggings pattern, let's go make them, okay? This is like you have to like analyze, read your fabric and like understand, is this fabric suitable for this project? And we talk all about the stretch because I mentioned earlier, even though the fabric says it's cotton spandex, I have a cotton spandex at the shop that we were this close to listing as a kit. And I measure each one to make sure that it meets the requirements, okay? And this one had 60% stretch in the crosswise and like 25 in the lengthwise. That is not the fabric for me to kit up and send you for these leggings, okay? That would not be good on my part setting you up for success because they won't fit. Especially if you're rounder like in the hips and thigh area when you try to put them on, because if it's on a little kid they just might be a little bit shorter, but if it has more circumference to go around, you're going to be struggling to get those on. So know that if you got a kit from me, the fabric will work. I tested them all myself. All right, let's see, I'm going to check in here, and then Inga's asking, would you suggest using a serger? So on a serger I could whip these up in like 12 minutes. So I'm not going to say nothing against the serger. I will include the bonus videos on serger tips on how to make them with the serger and finishing the hems with a cover stitch. But if you have a serger, use it. But if you don't have a serger, you can still make them. That's all I got to say about that, okay? So yeah, I would because I can, right? But a lot of times people, if you're not very confident on the serger, you don't want to like hack off a chunk of fabric because remember, the serger is cutting as it sews and finishes. So the seam allowance on this pattern is 1/4 inch. So there's a lot of things that you need to set up as far as the seam allowance. You can't just like, oh, I'm gonna just measure it off the edge and just hack off 5/8 of an inch, right? Because if the seam allowance that the pattern has accounted for is 1/4 inch, and you go ahead and whip and breeze through these leggings on a serger using 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, anybody wanna guess what's gonna happen? They're not going to fit. They're going to be way smaller than they were designed to be because now at every seam, you've compounded the bigger seam allowance that you used and you've shrunken down the whole pair of leggings. So if you know how to use a serger, it's the way to go. And you can watch that in my video, the bonus videos, where I share tips with you on how that works. And those bonus videos are for people that have a serger and a cover stitch, but they're also for those of you that don't. Because a lot of times I see beginners and they say, well, do I need to get a serger? And they've never sewn clothes, they are not into clothes, and I'm like, you don't need to drop, $300 to $1,000 to get another machine if you don't need it, if you don't really know. But a lot of people think like, well, I want to make clothes, I have to have a serger. It definitely helps. And when you're sewing with stretch knits, you can fly through them. But you also got to like build up to that level. Like if you make a lot of leggings, then yeah, I would probably then invest in a serger. But you don't have to have it. Whoo, I went off on a tangent there. Sorry. All right, the link to the course. Let's go ahead and throw it in again. Remember, you can always find my online courses at courses.craftygemini.com. The early bird sale price for this leggings course is $65 right now. The price is good for another 6 days, 20 hours, 3 minutes, and 22, 21, 20 seconds. As that timer ticks down, when it gets to 0, the price goes up to 97 bucks, never goes back down again. So if you're thinking you want to make leggings, fall is right around the corner. Even for us in Florida, we wear longer leggings. Capri's only for me. Full length won't happen. But shorts, workout gear, loungewear, activewear. If you go for walks, hikes, leggings. I mean, we all need them, right? All right, so let's see. Lisa says, what about the teal fabric? Is it stretchy in both? Teal fabric. I'm not sure what teal fabric you're asking. I know we had some kits online for teal fabric. Any fabric that is in the kits is suitable for this pattern, all right? Let's see. Karen says, or she's asking, will more kits be available? Yes, if we're sold out already, I'll check once I get off of here. But if we're sold out already, I will definitely restock as soon as I can. Becky says, oh my gosh, I've been looking for justification to buy a serger. 12-minute leggings? Yes, absolutely. Especially when they have like 2 pieces. Hello. Super quick and easy. All right, awesome. Crafty Ferret Mama says, I got the course. Let's see, let's check in with everybody and do a little roll call. If you signed up for the leggings course already, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know you're in. I'm in. I'm in the leggings course. I feel like we're gonna start seeing so many leggings being posted. I cannot wait to see the cute fabrics and see, you know, the mix and match of the different lengths and the waistbands that you all choose to make, okay? Let's see. Fun in the Sun says, I bought leggings that had chocolate chip cookies on them. Cute, right? Well, your idea of stretch percentage is a real thing. I put on these leggings and the chocolate cookies looked like pizzas. OMG. It is. It's a real thing. People think that just because the fabric stretches, it's going to work. And this also has to do with how you like to wear your leggings. If you want your stuff to be like super, super tight, you can size down and use a fabric that has less stretch. It will suck you right in, okay? If you want comfy, and I talk about this in the course, when we talk about the double brush polyester spandex, that fabric, most of the ones that I have in the shop and that we carry has like 120% stretch, 105 to 120% stretch. When you want to talk about making a comfy pair of leggings to just lounge around the house, DBP is where it's at. You probably have seen me online. I made them out of leopard print. I've made them out of florals, like super bright neon florals. They're so comfy. And you can just throw a tunic or a long t-shirt over top of it and you have a cute outfit with some cute flat sandals or some little heels. I'm somebody who definitely will dress up or dress down a pair of leggings. It's not just like workout gear. It all depends on the fabric that you use, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna check and see if I have, ooh, look at all these people signed up. I'm in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see your leggings. Please post pictures. I recognize a lot of these names, and I know you guys are in my Facebook groups. If you are on Facebook and you're not yet in my groups, check out Sewing Clothes with Crafty Gemini. That is a group that we run where we talk all about any of the courses or free tutorials that I've done on clothes specifically, because y'all know I do everything: crochet, knitting, garments, quilting, bags, whatever. This group is where my sewing clothes people come to chat, come to post pictures, and I would love, love, love to see all your pictures in there of the leggings that you are soon going to be making. Awesome. All right. I'm so happy to see so many of y'all are in. This is going to be super, super fun. Yeah, so I will check in with y'all and, oh my gosh, Dana says I have a serger still in the box for at least 2 years. Ha, 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 ha. You're not the only one, girl. Watch the bonus videos so that you can take it out. And who knows, maybe you'll try and make it, you know? At least make a sample one. And that's the thing. A lot of people buy like the dream fabric. They're like, I want leggings in this. But then you start like, I'm scared to cut it. I don't want to cut into it. What if I mess up the fabric? It was $20 a yard. And then it's like this whole mental game. Buy some cheap fabric, cut into it, make a pair. And once you get past the whole like mental block of, oh my gosh, the gusset, what if I sew it wrong? They're literally just stitches. And we talked about view B, how it only features 2 different pattern pieces. Make it. Even if you install the gusset wrong, it's like this much of stitches. Grab your seam ripper. If you don't have a seam ripper, get one. You need to have one because we all make mistakes no matter how many of the same project we've made and no matter how many years we've been sewing for. Rip out the stitches and do it again. It's more of a mental block, I think, than you not having the skill set. So what I try to do with those videos is walk you through every single step and hold your hand. Pause the video, go do that step. Then play the next little clip, pause it, go back and do that little clip. And if you do that and you can sew straight and like you know the basics of threading a sewing machine and winding a bobbin, I guarantee you're going to be posting pictures of some type of finished leggings in one of my groups, okay? So definitely do that. You can find me on Facebook under Crafty Gemini or join my Facebook group for sewing clothes called Sewing Clothes with Crafty Gemini. All right, awesome. Thank you, Kathleen, for posting that. It's Sewing Clothes with Crafty Gemini. Yep. Lisa says, oh, that's so me. I'm so nervous with cutting and sewing it. I am giving you the power to hack right into the fabric. It's just fabric. And if you mess it up, this is what I say. Start off maybe making capris. If you mess it up, make the shorts for somebody smaller than you. Okay? Just like do it. Or if you want, if it's like a money thing, just like lay out the 3/4 yards and be like, okay, $12 or whatever it costs. Like pretend I just threw away $12. Not that bad, and then give yourself free reign to just like hack into the fabric, sew, and see what you end up with. And I guarantee you, if you actually pay attention in these video lessons, you are going to surprise yourself and be super happy with the results. Even if they're not perfect, they're still going to be wearable. Okay? So I am going to go ahead and log off. We've been on here for 8 o'clock. Go ahead and leave me any questions that you have on the video course that I maybe haven't answered. I think we covered everything. The early bird sale price, I'll do another quick recap. I'm teaching a new online sewing course for the Lycra leggings pattern. The pattern features 27 sizes. I have video lessons showing you every single step of the way on how to make these. You can go to courses.craftygemini.com, click on the Clara leggings. There's even a free video preview that I did, which is, I think it's the lesson on going over the size chart. So I'm deciphering all this data that's on the back of the sheet here. And this is the part that a lot of people get blocked up on, like, there's no way, I don't know what this means nothing, I'm not going to do it, I can't, right? So that free preview, if you're not familiar with my teaching style, watch that, listen to it, pay attention so you can see how I break this information down, and then you can decide if you want to sign up for the course or not. There's also on that page the entire list of every single title of every single video lesson that's there. Right now, there are currently 39 videos. By Monday, by the end of this weekend or whatever, you're going to have like 40 or 41 at least, because I'm editing the bonus videos on serger and cover stitch tips. Those are extras that I like to throw in there. Everything else on how to make the leggings, both views, view A, view B, we cover 2 different waistband finishes. One is a contoured yoga waistband that gives us a little bit more flattening protection here. I'm wearing a pair right now, super comfy. And then the other one is just a simple turned under elastic waist. This is view B. If this is your first time working with stretchy fabrics, start with view B, okay? And then go to view A. It's not that this is that much harder, but it's just, I like to give beginners more instant results so that you build that enthusiasm and confidence. That's just the teacher in me, right? I don't want to set you up for a disaster and like by the time you're like in the middle of step 4 and you're already getting depressed, like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, and you start going down, 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 down. That's not how I teach. It's kind of like, look, you pressed your fabric. Great job. Awesome. You got to boost people up every step of the way so that you feel encouraged to continue with the project. Because if it's a challenge for you and it's something new, you're not just always going to be like, let's go for it, So start off with the simpler one and then go to this one. So view B first and then view A. And then you can do 3 different lengths. So I'll show you the little sample. You can do shorts. This is for little kids. Remember, you can do 27 sizes. A little girl size 2 to a woman's US 22. So this is for little ones. You can do shorts, you can do capri length, or you can do full length leggings. All the info is there for you, okay? The course is $65 right now. It's going for another 6 days or so. Once that timer ends on the sign-up page, the course price goes up to $97. So you can get it at $65 or you can get it later at $97. It's up to you. The pattern and the supplies are sold separately. The pattern is not mine. It belongs to Jali. I buy the patterns from Jali and then we resell them here as a wholesaler basically for them. So we sell the patterns for 12 bucks, which is discounted. And then I always offer these discounted kits as well. I'm thinking we're maybe sold out of kits. If we are sold out of anything, whether it's the pattern or the kits, we will restock as soon as we can. The pattern was 12 bucks. The kits, it varies based on the fabric that you're getting, but I think they're like between 33 and 40 bucks. The kits include a 2-yard cut of whichever fabric you chose, a 5-pack of stretch needles that you need for the project, 2 yards of 3/8 inch wide elastic, 2 yards of 1 inch wide elastic, and a spool of the high quality 100% polyester thread that I recommend. Whew, boy, I got so much information in my head. So that's all that for the kits. The course is there. You currently have like 39 video lessons that you can watch tonight while you wait for your pattern and your fabric bundles to come in. And leave me, if you have any questions that I haven't answered, leave them in the chat. And then tonight before I go to bed, I'll log back on here and I'll just start answering questions as I can get to them. But I'm pretty sure I answered most everything info, at least that people need to decide whether or not they want to sign up for the course. Okay. All right, this was super fun. I'm so excited that you all are in. I can't wait to see your leggings. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you have a great night tonight and that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see y'all next week. Tune in Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, right back here on the Crafty Gemini YouTube channel, and we will be back with Whip Wednesdays. I'll see you then.